Hello everyone, we are a team of researchers from the School of Design at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. We are presenting our paper titled, Parent-Child Joint Media Engagement within HCI, a scoping analysis of the research landscape. Most of us have engaged in shared media experiences, such as playing video games with friends. There is a term in HCI to frame such shared media experiences, joint media engagement, or JME, which is defined as spontaneous and designed experiences of people using media together. Among various JME types, parent-child JME is particularly significant due to its prevalence and benefits for both children and parents, such as facilitating children's social, emotional, and cognitive development and enhancing family bonding. Therefore, it has attracted considerable attention from HCI scholars. For example, HCI scholars have investigated family co-using various types of media, such as Pokemon Go, coding toys, activity trackers, and video chat. However, as an emerging field of research, we still lack a comprehensive view of parent-child JME research in HCI, which may hinder future effective effort in designing and facilitating families' JME. Therefore, in this work, we aim to systematically examine parent-child JME research within HCI. We collected empirical research papers on parent-child JME within HCI from the ACM Digital Library and HCI journals archived elsewhere. After a wide search, we included 89 papers for analysis. We analyzed the included papers through three lenses: their publication features, including year, venue, and contribution type; their methodological features, including participants' demographics, research methods, participant engagement length; and their JME features, including media types, settings, theoretical perspectives, and analytical perspectives. Due to the time limit, we only report key findings in this presentation. Regarding publication features, parent-child JME research within HCI was first published at IDC in 2009, with an increasing number of papers in the past 5 years. The majority of the papers were published in CHI, IDC, CSCW, and the International Journal of Child-Computer Interaction. For methodological features, most studies were conducted in the USA, with the majority reporting white participants, followed by Asian, Black, and Latinx. Therefore, we suggest future JME research can expand to various geographical and cultural contexts. Most of the papers did not reveal the family's marital and socioeconomic status. Among those that did, still relatively less studies focused on single-parent families and low SES families. Hence, future research can pay more attention to family JME among marginalized and under-resourced groups. Regarding children's genders, the analyzed papers typically involved a mix of boys and girls. As for parents, the majority of the papers reported on mothers. Accordingly, future research can investigate and promote father-participated family JME. For children's age and special needs, most papers reported on typically developed middle childhood children between 6 to 11 years old. Only 8 papers reported on children with special needs, such as autism and developmental delay. As such, more future JME work can focus on children with special needs. Across the 89 papers, we identified 3 research approaches to parent-child JME, including designing and developing new technologies, then conducting user evaluation with families, selecting existing technologies and deploying them with families to investigate parent-child JME, and examining families' existing media practices without deploying any technologies. Our third analytical lens is about JME features. The majority of the analyzed papers focused on educational media and communication media, such as the Ghoster Hunter Kit for families to learn about energy consumption and family making phone calls during driving. And the investigated JME mostly occurred in person, in locations such as the participant's home, community centers, or university labs. Among the 89 papers, 52 papers specifically mention theoretical perspectives in their writing, which we classified into 3 large categories, including theoretical perspectives in communication and HCI, such as parental mediation theory and differentiated participation. For example, a number of papers used 3 dimensions of parental mediation theory, namely restrictive mediation, active mediation, and co-using, to analyze parent-child interactions. The second category is theoretical perspectives in education and learning sciences, such as sociocultural learning perspectives and constructionism. For example, a few papers have employed the perspective of culturally responsive computing to guide the data analysis or design direction for shared family use of coding tools. The third theoretical category is psychological and cognitive theories, such as self-determination theory and family resilience framework. For example, Polinsky and colleagues leveraged symbol systems to interpret their findings of families' collaborative coding activities to identify key learning moments. We also examined the paper's analytical perspectives towards JME and identified 4 clusters of perspectives based on the agency emphasized by different analytical perspectives, including parent agency, such as parental scaffolding, regulation, and roles; child agency, such as children's engagement and perceptions; both parent and child agencies, such as collaboration, tensions, and negotiation; and material agency, such as the roles of technologies in mediating JME and environmental influence. According to the findings, we found that JME has not been theorized yet and remains at the conceptual level, namely, a terminology to describe the phenomena of people using media together. As a result, researchers and practitioners will need to search and find appropriate theoretical frameworks and analytical perspectives from other domains that are not tailored for JME, which may not be productive in facilitating JME research and practice. This gap highlights the need and opportunity to theorize JME based on the theory definition as a set of propositions that are logically related to explain and even predict phenomena. We argue that the goal of JME theory building is to develop propositions that help us understand, explain, and even predict a specific type of JME phenomena. Some potential directions to go include descriptive JME theories that characterize a specific type of JME, such as theories to describe participants' interaction patterns around video games; explanatory JME theories that clarify and predict the relationships between different components in a JME type, such as how different design features mediate family interactions; and critical JME theories that sort out power dynamics among media participants and question the status quo to create more equitable joint media experiences. Inspired by our review results, we also attempted JME theory building in our work and proposed a holistic framework to approach JME. The framework consists of 4 components, including engagement, participant, media type, and use context. We argue that JME should be approached by focusing on engagement as a result of the combined effects of participants, media types, and use contexts. To make our framework more actionable and tangible, we further create a checklist for the 4 JME components. More specifically, for the participant dimension, we will need to consider participants' demographics like their socioeconomic status and special needs, relationships like parent-child and peers, and power dynamics like participants' agency and autonomy. Regarding media types, consideration factors include media purposes, formats, and platforms. As to use context, the factors include physical environments like home or field, social environments like family context or online digital communities, and cultural environments like ethnic and religious cultures. For engagement, we need to consider physical engagement like interactions with other media participants and environments. Cognitive and psychological engagement like conceptual understanding, meaning-making, and emotional reactions. And engagement outcomes like learning gains and behavior changes. We envision 2 ways to use our holistic JME framework and checklist. First, they can serve as an analytical guide to examine and understand JME experiences. For example, the engagement dimension can inform researchers about what kind of engagement they can pay attention to in their specific JME research context. Second, as a design reference, the framework and checklist provide a comprehensive view of what factors to consider when designing JME experiences and technologies. This is the brief overview of our work. For more details, please refer to our paper. Thank you for your attention.